Wow, that was a heck of a football game. We knew it was going to be a battle, a four-quarter battle, and give the Bucs a ton of credit. Just they battled, they hung in there, and it came down to that last play. And one thing we always talk to our guys about is just how do you respond when adversity strikes. And I thought just specifically our defense to allow a touchdown there in the 2-minute drive, and just to kind of reset themselves and play that final play. I just loved how we responded. I think it was a gritty team win. We had a lot of guys step up. Keyshawn Nixon, with Jair going out so early, I thought he battled, he competed, not only defensively, but and created that big-time forced fumble, but also on teams. I thought Pat O'Donnell was huge today, just kind of flipping the field position quite a bit. You could see Keyshawn running down, Rudy Ford running down. It was just great to see David back in the lineup. How about Randall Cobb making some big-time plays, and the guy didn't practice all week. He was sick all week. So it was a great win for us. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we need to clean up, but I think anytime you hold a team like that to 12 points, you got a chance at winning.
As an offensive play caller, to go down the field, 2 touchdowns, down the field again to your doorstep, and then not have more points the rest of the day, yet still win. How does that feel as an offensive play caller, and what's it like to be patient in the moment as that's going on?
Yeah, it can be frustrating, but the thing is, you always got to keep the bigger picture, and I thought the way our defense was playing, certainly you got to give Tampa's defense a ton of credit, just the adjustments they made, and kind of we would have loved to have been able to run the ball more effectively. And then obviously third down, just not being able to convert until I want to say we were 0 for in the second half until we hit Alan Lazard on that little, what we call a lookie route. Yeah, no, it was definitely frustrating. There was a ton of 3-and-outs there. We kept kind of hurting ourselves with some bad penalties, and just not executing. Certainly, I think that it always starts with us as coaches and making sure we're putting our guys in the best position possible. So we'll take a good hard look and see if we had the right plays even designed to give them a chance. But, you got to give credit to Tampa Bay, too. That's a damn good defense. I think there's a reason why they are arguably the number 1 defense in the league right now. But we'll look at it. We'll learn from it. We'll get better from it.
Dave said that he wasn't a huge fan of the rotation. But
nope, he was not.
You stuck with it. Why did you think that was the way to go?
I just thought just everything around it in terms of, okay, you're coming down here to an environment where it was, let's face it, it's hard to replicate what those guys had to play through today. And, he hasn't, I just thought to keep Yash involved. Yash has done a hell of a job all season long, and even back to last year, he's done a great job. Just from a conditioning standpoint, to keep both of those guys fresh. This is something that we did. I remember back in Houston when I was there with 2 guys, Mike Brazell and Casey Studdard, and I'll never forget asking Mike after the game about it, and he's like, yeah, it's crazy because, defensively, they typically roll the D linemen in and out and to try to keep them fresh. And he's like, yeah, I was pretty fresh the whole game. So just kind of went back to that experience, and I know it doesn't happen much in this league, but just to try to keep him available for the whole game. And we didn't want to go 0 to 60 with him in regards to, okay, here's a guy that hasn't played a lot, really outside of that Detroit game, hasn't played in almost 2 years. Do you load him up with 60 plays in a game? And we didn't think that was the right thing to do. So, and it's Yash has done a great job as well. So it's a credit to Yash, and who knows how we'll go forward.
This is a step stone for him. Though next week it's Green Bay, it's not South Florida. Is that rotation going to be something that just wait and see how he does? Or?
Yeah, we'll see how he responds. How his knee responds to the load that was put on him today, and we'll make a decision what what we feel like is in the best interest of us as a football team moving forward.
This stretch included road games at 2 potential playoff teams. Does 2-1 look pretty good to you?
Yeah, I don't think we're more concerned about getting better each and every week, and that's this league. And sometimes, you never want to finish where you start. So you got to keep improving. But yeah, I know it's so cliche and whatnot, but it really is that 1-0 mentality, and we're on to the next game. And you gotta kind of erase your mind each week, and whether you win or lose, and continue to focus on our process and how we do things, and making sure that we're putting our guys in the best position possible, making sure our guys are continuing to learn from, both their successes and failures, and that's just the mindset we have. So right now it feels good to win. That's what I'll tell you.
Did Aaron Rodgers see something that he came to you with before the 2-point play?
Yeah, we were talking about a few things. I'm not going to share that, no.
Matt, you said the defense kind of reset themselves for the 2-point play. How much did it help that they got the delay of game and everything, and guys even were able to catch their breath?
Yeah, that was a kind of unique sequence right there. I thought, quite frankly, and I know that's a tough job. I'm not trying to call it the officials, but it looked like there was a delay on the touchdown. But I just know how hard that is to call, because they look up and then the ball snaps. So it is what it is. And but yeah, that was a kind of a unique circumstance. Certainly, it looked like they were trying to run the ball on the first 2-point attempt, and then obviously when you're at the 7-yard line or whatever, that's going to be tougher to do.
Romeo was a real impact player in this game, 8 catches, I think one off the franchise rookie record. What is the difference that you saw from him in this game compared to the first 2?
More opportunity, and we knew that we were going to have to give him some more ops, and he took advantage of those. And certainly, I think you guys can all see his acceleration, his strong hands, and Aaron was giving him some good balls, and he was taking advantage of it. Certainly, I thought, for the most part, the protection was pretty good, at least on those plays, and he took advantage of the opportunity.
Matt, I'm sorry if you already talked about this, but against that guy, you give up nothing, you're on the game. What's going through your mind knowing who it is, it's Brady, during that final drive, and then the emotional swing of that 2-point conversion?
Well, that's what kept going through my mind, is that if they do score, they still got to get a 2-point. And at the same time, as a play caller, you're trying to get ready and try to, especially with the way the second half kind of transpired, was getting ready, a plan ready in case it went into overtime. So, you just can't focus too much on all that's going out there. But what was running through my mind was, well, at least if they do happen to score, they're going to have to get the 2-point. So, and I kept telling Joe, I'm like, hey, make sure we got whatever 2-point play we want ready to roll.
A lot of times when we talk to the players building up to here, like a mile high, we talk about the environment, that type of stuff. The players downplay it. How much does it actually impact a game like this when you bring the team down from Wisconsin to 99 heat index?
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely plays a part, but they got to play in it too. And it felt like early on in the first half, especially, I thought their defense was they were tired. This was the first time they played in a game since I don't know when down here, because their first 2 games were in domes. So I think it impacted both teams, and you're never going to make an excuse for, how the weather impacts you. So you just got to deal with it and suck it up. And, what I was disappointed was, we had so many opportunities, it felt like, in the second half with really good field position, and we did nothing with it. That was disappointing, because it felt like we could kind of close out the game, and we couldn't put anything together as a team or as an offense.
How would
Describe your defensive performance. We've heard a lot about your defense is going to help you win games, particularly early in the season. What they do today for you?
Well, I thought that was the story of the game. I think this game was won by our defense and on special teams. I know we had a couple questionable situations that our teams were in, which really hurt us in field position. And I mean, I don't know. I was told on my headset whether or not that was really running into the kicker or he got thrown into the kicker or whatever. But I get it. That's a tough position for the officials to be in when they see somebody hit the punter. I mean, it is what it is. So, but yeah, I thought defensively and on teams, I thought that was the difference for us. That allowed us to win this football game.
Yeah, it's a completely different game than the Week 3 win last year at San Francisco. And so really, you guys are different too. But is there some symmetry? I mean, last year, Week 1 did not go anywhere near the way you wanted it to. You win a division game at home in Week 2. You win a big game on the road in Week 3. I mean, do you see any symmetry there?
Yeah, I think every year is a new year, and we're still trying to figure out who we are as a team. And, just it's about finding ways to win football games. And any time that you go on the road and you play a team as good as the Tampa Bay Bucks, certainly they had a lot of adversity throughout the course of the week too. I mean, they were down a ton of receivers, down their left tackle. So every team is going to face adversity throughout the course of the season, and it really doesn't matter. Nobody really cares. It's about finding ways to win a game, and I was proud that we did that tonight. And it's never easy. I told our guys, we'll never apologize for winning. You just got to find a way, and we did, and we'll enjoy it for a couple hours here, and then, it's on to the New England Patriots.
Give a sense of the severity of Alexander's injury?
I don't right now. I saw him. He was smiles in the locker room, so I hope that's a good sign. But you never know. So we'll see. I don't have any updates for you. I'll have, hopefully later in the week.